Hello and thank you for joining us. My name is Roy Reed and I'm here on behalf of Ask the Pool Baron of Memphis Pool. We are here to just give you a tip or two or three to save you some time and make keeping your pool a lot easier and less stressful. This is the time of the year when it can become stressful because we got a lot of little things falling out of the air, falling off trees, little pine cone, little curly things and leaves and all kinds of pollen and stuff that's in the pool, on top of the pool, and it's become pretty stressful. I know that as we get on into this time of the year, we get to see them, and as well as the fall when leaves start falling, people come in and they're dragging out these leaf rakes and pick up this, pick up that off the top, off the bottom, and then everything from a deep pocket like that to just a little surface skimmer that you hook on a pole and pick up a bug or two or leaf or something here and there. But let me show you something that really has been pretty revolutionary in terms of cleaning the pool. This particular one goes by the name of Leaf Eater. And believe me, it eats leaves, it eats gum balls, it'll take care of everything. There's a wide range of things that it'll pick up, and in a big time hurry. You're going to really be surprised if you try one of these. But anyway, the way they work is obviously here's where the pole fits on. There's an adapter here, and there's a little fitting here that you hook a garden hose onto, and you put a water source, and that's what feeds it. Now the way this works is, let's take the bag off. We'll take that off, and we'll turn this, and you can see these, inside there are, I don't know if you can see them, but I'll show you something else in a minute, you can get them. But there's several little orifices that spray the water out through the top and upward. And as they spray the water outward and upward, it inflates the bag, it creates a lot of suction on the bottom, and you can literally take this and you push it across the bottom of the pool and you can see a clean path as this thing moves through there. It's amazing how well this works. Now, to give you a better idea, or so you can see a little bit closer, here's one that's been cut in half, and we'll just take the one half here where the garden connector is, and you can see, if you look real closely here, you can see the little tube that's this manifold that fits around the whole thing. And on these, you'll see the little holes that are molded in, and the molding makes a big difference because every one of them is exactly the same diameter as the other, so you have a uniform movement of water coming out the top to create the vacuum. You can take a closer look. I think maybe I've got it close enough so it'll show up. And you see that's how it works. Of course, this gives you just a view of the half of it. Now, you can look around, but you need to ask for the name Leaf Eater because there are a lot of substitutes on the market, but they don't work anywhere nearly as well because rather than having the molded manifold and the molded openings, the orifices, they take a plastic tube and they curl it and drill holes in there. And these holes that they drill are just like drilling holes in wood. You have little pieces of sawdust and shavings that come out of wood, but on plastic as you drill it, it's hot and it sticks, and the orifice is not perfectly clean like it is here. So rather than have a nice strong group of streams going upward to create that suction in the vacuum, what you really have is more of a steamy looking out. Now it may pull, but it's not going to be anywhere nearly as good as the particular one that has the mold. And I'm making a big deal of this because it is a big deal, because that's what determines how well it works and the function of it and the movement of the water. And another good thing about this is sometimes you'll come out to the pool after we've had a lot of these windy nights and days and storms and things lately. And sometimes you get, particularly in the fall, oh my gosh, when the leaves are falling off the trees and all they need is just a little help to get away. You come out some mornings, and I use the expression like you can walk across the top of the pool. You can take your leaf eater with a bag on it, the drawstring of course, it's on there, and you turn it upside down and you find that sweet spot, and you'll see that there's a vortex that's created. So all you really need to do is move it around and it'll shoot the leaves down in there. And basically emptying is pretty simple, straightforward. Just take it out of the pool, sit it over a bucket, turn the water off, put it over the bucket, shake it out, and then go back again to pulling it around the top or off the bottom, whatever you need. That's pretty straightforward as to how it works. The only downside is that when you're using the leaf eater, you're actually adding water to the poo. Now, if you have a poo cleaner, like a Polaris or some other, that uses a booster pump to push the water out to hose operate it, we actually have an adapter that you can get that you'll take your Polaris, take the Polaris fitting off the wall, place it up on the deck, or maybe you have the whole Polaris out, but that opening that you have, you can actually put this in, turn it, and it'll snap in place just like the Polaris does. Then you actually, when you put this in, you'll already have attached a garden hose here. So instead of having a 100, 150 foot garden hose coming from the house all the way down to the pool and adding water, what you're doing now is you actually have a little short garden hose to operate the leaf eater, and you're turning the booster pump on and you're operating it with poo water. That's what you're doing. So that takes care of that. So if you have the booster pump, be sure to remember to utilize this. And these fittings can be rather difficult sometimes to get in and out, but to overcome that is just get you a little tube of some special lube. It's a Teflon based lubricant, and you put a little film on this O-ring every once in a while, it'll click in and out, and it'll work just fine without any problem at all. Well, okay, that pretty well takes care of that. This couple of minutes you spent here looking at this and understanding that, you'll really have a great appreciation of what you do. It's been my pleasure to come on behalf of Memphis Pool, ask the Pool Baron to help you with this. And we just want to thank you on behalf of all the employees. Memphis Pool is locally owned, locally operated. No out-of-town investors or ownership. It's family operated. It's been that way for the better part of 50 years. So you're supporting a local organization, and on behalf of them, I want to say thank you for that. And you can visit us and make comments and even ask questions on the Memphis Pool YouTube channel and the Facebook page. And on behalf of Memphis Pool, I want to say thank you very much.